What's up, everyone? Hope you're having a great week. This is June. It is my birthday month, which I am truly excited about. It's one of my favorite months. But I want to tell you a story. So I used to buy a bunch of rental properties. I was newly born again, buying rental properties. And I remember like the second, third rental property I bought, I was over there working on it. It was a duplex and working on the front of it and the porch and whatnot. And I never forget, an individual walked up to me off the street, looked me intently in the face and said the following: "You do not belong here." And then just walked away. I thought that was weird. I kept doing what I normally was going to do anyways, and got the property rented. But what I recognized is every day that I was over there, at the corner of my block, there was always individuals that were there selling drugs. Every day, all day. And no matter what time of day I went over there, they were there. And what do? You normally go through your normal natural processes, you contact law enforcement. Law enforcement did exactly everything they possibly could do within the parameters of the law, which I truly appreciated. And, some people would come, some people would go. And it was like almost like a revolving door. It's like once they take people off the street, new people would show up. And this went on for months. I had the property rented. It's going on for months. And I was talking to a mentor of mine one day, and I was explaining the situation, and he said, "Hey, let me ask you a question." I said, "Okay." He goes, "Why are you not taking authority over that situation?" And I'm like, "I have no idea what you mean. You need to explain that to me." He goes, "Are you born again?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "So that means the whole kingdom is on the inside of you?" I said, "Yes." He goes, "Well, then when are you going to release what's on the inside of you onto the situation?" I said, "Well, apparently I haven't been doing it, so I need to do it now." He goes, "Well, what you need to do is take a moment, spend time with the Father, and find out the plan. You need to get a plan. Because the goal is, it's not just about you enjoying God's goodness." He goes, "But it's about enforcing God's authority, so then it will affect and change the area around you so that other people can see God's goodness. And then that way, it can raise the question going, man, this thing's changed. Yeah, you know why it's changed? Because of this." And that way it gives you the opportunity to bring and share the gospel with them. So I said, okay, I'll spend time talking to the Father. And so I did. And of course I went through the laundry list. You're talking about, well, I'm doing this. Well, I've done this. Well, I've done this. And honestly, some of that stuff's kind of irrelevant. But he told me this. This is what I heard. He goes, "Look, I want you to take some oil. I want you to pray over it. And then I want you to pour it on the street right in front of your property." I said, okay. To me, that sounded foolish. I said, okay, I'll do that. He goes, "And the reason why I did that is because of this. I believed more in who told me what to do than what I was actually doing." So I went out there, pouring the oil on the street. They're on the corner selling drugs, going through there. I'm doing what my covenant partner mentioned. So within a week's time, guess what? Everybody was gone. I don't know what happened, but I do know what happened. And it was clear from that point on to the point when I sold the property. So I want you to think about this. I know in the Word it says in 2 Corinthians 4:4 where it says Satan's the god of this world. Well, if you break down the Greek word world and understand the translation, it talks about demonically dominated. So in a sense, when they were up there selling drugs on that corner, technically they were demonstrating their dominance in that area. But see, if you remember correctly, the word says that all authority has been given to Jesus in heaven and in earth. And then he gave us that authority. But until you and I make the decision to enforce that authority on situations, then Satan and his little flunkies are always going to sit back and try to demonstrate to you that they have dominance. Isn't it nice to know that you can go to the Father, the creator of all things, and he can sit back and give you direction and insight on what to do in a situation, and then you know with confidence that once you activate that plan, that the whole kingdom of God is there to enforce and bring to pass that plan. What can stop that? Satan doesn't own anything. Yeah, he may be the ownership of this so-called system, but the world belongs to the Father. Just like when a farmer goes out to plant corn, he goes out with the authority and the plan to bring to pass whatever seed he's planting in that ground. And that ground, since it belongs to him, will produce, just like you and I. Since you and I and the world is here belongs to Jesus, then that ground wants to produce what Jesus paid for, and that was the blessing on our lives. But we have to take authority over it so we can allow the kingdom to enforce what he paid for. So I want you to think about the next week or so. What are you enforcing? What are you not enforcing? And if you're not enforcing, then why are you not enforcing? Do you have a plan to enforce? Did God give you one? Or are you just doing your own natural strength? Whatever it is, I think it's always better to have a plan of action from the Father than being 50-50. And that's what I say is like when I'm doing it myself, I'm 50-50 right. But when I include my covenant partner, then I know it's 100% when I know that that's the plan that he gave me to walk out. You guys be blessed. I appreciate your guys' time. Thank you so much. And continuing to be the light and enforcing God's goodness. Remember, put pressure on the word, because if you're not, then who is?